be able to show them in the inspector. So system.serializable, this will be a public class, constellation info. Now it'll have an array of star infos, although it'll be used differently from how our star database loader uses them. So our star database loader kind of holds onto all the stars, like each individual one. Whereas what this one's really doing is this is having a connect the dots. So 0 to 1, 1 to 2, 2 to 3, or 2 to 0, or whatever. So it'll look a little different. Now we're going to have a public string. In fact, we'll make this public as well. Public string, this will be ID, and also a public string name. Okay, so for example, in the Chinese example, the ID is this number. If we have a look at our Western constellations HIP, constellations HIP, it's a three-letter abbreviation of its full name. So I'm talking about the IDs here. Okay, so each one is going to, let's say, we can have a constructor here, public constellation info. Each one will be passed in one of these lines. So this is what we're working with. I'm going to call it, remember with our star info, it was called CSV text. I'm going to call this one white space text, so we know how it's separated. String white space text. Okay. Now, remember that what we're doing is we're pretty much just getting these HIP Arcos IDs, and we're finding them all. So how do I explain? Okay, so what we need to do is we need to load in this string, figure out which one. Yeah, I'll just, so it's not so much data, I'm just gonna copy one over here. Okay. So then we're just working with that. All right, so we've got one of these lines, right? What we want to do is we want to get all of these over these ones after the 3. That's all your HIP IDs. So we need to turn those into an array, and then for each of those IDs, we need to go and fetch the corresponding star from our star database loader. So our star database loader needs to know how to find a corresponding HIP Arcos ID for its stars. Anyway, I'm so much better. I'll just write the code. It makes more sense. So public star info get star by HIP ID. There, that wasn't so difficult. Okay, so you pass in a string. Pass in a string or a number. It should be an integer, really. Int HIP ID. Okay. This will be HIP ID. And so what we're going to say is, okay. One more thing we need to do is when our stars, I remember our stars don't know what a HIP ID is at this point. So we're just going to do one little addition to our star info class, and that is add. We have our HYG ID, but let's have a HIP ID as well. And I'm just going to need to, I believe it's lines 1. I believe that's the index. I'm just going to double check that. So in our HYG reference, it's getting messy, but it's okay. In a HIG reference, yep, so index 1 is the HIP ID. I know I'm throwing a lot of tabs open at you guys, but you can get it. Okay, so